back in 2020, Rod and I had a look at this $30 Cuvave pedal that we got off the internet, and we weren't very impressed with it at all, but it turns out it was us that made the mistake, and it's a classic fuzz mistake that lots of people make all the time. So today, we're going to tell you what we did wrong. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope you get something out of this video. It's a tricky fuzz thing, and it's a bit of a myth, but it turns out it's absolutely true. So back in 2020, when we first had to play through this pedal, it sounded like this.
And what is ever doing the clipping on there is just really having a fit.
And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what was going on and why it sounded like it was overloading. But here's the thing. This is a Morley ABY, and this is what I used to get me and Rod into the one pedal at the same time. So we both go into it, we can mix our volumes, and then we come out. But it turns out this has got a buffer in it. And it turns out that these very simple fuzz pedals hate buffered signal. So today I'm going to play through it with my guitar going, with it first in the chamber, my guitar going straight into it. And you guys will hear a massive, massive difference. So I'm going straight into the Strymon Iridium today, just through the tuner as well. This is what I sound like. And here is the little fuzz pedal with me going straight into it. No buffers, no nothing, just straight in, the way it should be. It sounds so much better at the front of the signal chain. It's an unbelievable difference. Hi. After doing a little bit more reading, I also just learned that active pickup systems can also muck around with the fuzz pedals input. Just letting you know. Back to the video. It doesn't have all that splattery overloading and extra clipping that's not supposed to be there. And now, I know it's a bit of a cliche thing to say, but now it actually cleans up. It's a great sounding fuzz pedal. And on the neck pickup, it makes with some delay, it makes a great lead tone as well. That's the Strymon Brigadier making the delay for us. Right, so let's wind it all the way out and see how much gain it's actually got. I'll have a quick muck around with the tone knobs for you. With the volume rolled off and the gain rolled off, it actually makes a nice lumpy little overdrive there. If you were looking for a different sort of overdrive sound, it's an absolute little beauty. So this is what it used to sound like with a buffered input. And now this is what it sounds like without any kind of buffering at all. It's a really useful fuzz sound for leads and for rhythm stuff. You know, for $30 and such a tiny little footprint, should be a terrific little fuzz addition to any board at all. So if you're using fuzzes, especially ones that are based on vintage fuzzes like this one, there's only about 8 components in the bloody things. Just make sure you don't have a buffered input. Lots of things have buffers in them, like tuners. So if the polytuner's on the other side, it would sound bad because it would have a buffer in front of it. Obviously, our ABY switcher, like I showed you, the Morley one, all of the Boss switches, the ES5, they all have buffered inputs, but I'm pretty sure you can turn them off if you want to. Same with the Gig Rig and the Mastermind stuff. They're all buffered, but you can turn them off if your little heart desires. So anyway, that's an amazing difference between a buffer and a non-buffered input. So if you're mucking around with your fuzz, make sure you experiment with your pedal chain, experiment with your pedal order. You might really love that splattery overloaded fuzz sound. I don't, but you might, and you might find it very useful, especially if you're using a synth or putting a snare drum through it, or a bass guitar. Anyway, I hope you found that helpful. I hope that comparison was helpful for you and helps you on your fuzz journey, because I'm not really a fuzz guy and I'm just starting out and learning to appreciate my fuzz pedals. So, anyway, I hope that helped, and if you like the video, please think about subscribing and giving us a thumb up and leaving a comment. It all helps our channel a lot, and we're starting to take off now. So thanks to everybody that's already clicked on the button. We'll see you next time, and bye.